Hey, this is Brett the Hitman Hart, and you're listening to the Smacked Raw podcast.
Watch. Okay, well, has this always been a thing? Where have I been?
Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome to the Raw Recap, brought to you by the Smacked Raw podcast. I'm going to let my guest introduce me. Go ahead, Reek.
Well then, ladies and gentlemen, I am Reek Havoc, the the official guest host of the Monday Night Raw Recap.
Yeah.
And on behalf of the Smacked Raw podcast, it is my honor to introduce to all of you watching, listening, the people's host, or hostess, I should say, the North Star of the Smacked Raw podcast, the very reason we come to the recap after this shit show on the TVs across America, the incomparable Ms. Katie Bebe. You're welcome, people.
You called me the North Star. Aw. I didn't expect that. That made me so happy. Thanks, Reek. Aw. I don't even, want to talk about Raw anymore. That was just too nice. Damn
I
it.
deliver.
You really do. Man, no one can give an introduction like Reek Havoc, ladies and gentlemen. Boys and girls, children of all ages. I'm joking. So, I don't know how, but we are a exclusive recap show for wrestling. We have shows Monday, Wednesday, Friday on twitch.tv/putting you over. We recap Raw, NXT, Dynamite, and SmackDown. When we are not on this Twitch channel, you can find Standing Streamer with the show Putting You Over. Tomorrow, he has a guest, Southern Flamingo Cody Lane. I found his Twitter. He looks very talented. I've never heard of this man until now. Saw the Twitter, saw some clips. He did a moonsault off the ropes with one leg. I was very impressed. I was like, shout out, okay. Pop off. I can't even, do a split anymore because my hips are bad, but okay. Show off, that's fine.
Sounds insanely difficult.
It really does. But if you miss a live stream, you can find the video from the podcast on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/smackdroppodcast. Go ahead and subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get notified every time we post a new video. Comment, share, do the usual thing. Spread the word. If you don't like the video from the podcast, or you don't like watching podcasts, head on over to any audio platform, podcast, sites, apps, whatever. We're on there. You can listen to us. The video is much more entertaining, I will say. Random shit happens almost every time. People freeze. People lose their cameras. I've had both happen to me.
Why'd you speak on it? Why'd you even bring it up?
Nah, I'm saying for me. Both of those things have happened to me. First time I was on this show, my camera froze, and I thought I lost everything. And here we are. I literally had audio issues, or I had technical difficulties last week.
Just speaking it up.
It's fine. If it happens, I'm done. We also have the honor and the privilege of being the exclusive recap for WrestlingNewsWorld.com. Head on over to their website, bookmark the page, check out the awesome articles written over there. They have a lot of retro reviews. They're cool people over there. They're very nice. They deal with us. So, shout out to them. Go support them. Support us. Head on over to patreon.com/SmackDrawPodcast. You can subscribe to one of our 4 tiers. You can get stickers, get your video unpopular wrestling opinion. It'll be featured on the UWO show. Because Thursday is the 2-year anniversary of the show. I've been on for 10 months, give or take. Actually, yesterday I think was 10 months. Cool.
Are we sure?
You know what? I'll say 9 to be sure. I can't count.
Oh yeah, that's right. Kyle, can we get an accurate count, please, if you're listening?
I know my first Raw, the upload was August 10th of 2020. So, I'll let Kyle figure that out while we continue chatting.
Yeah.
But we are doing a all Smack Draw Pod UWO. We're announcing some things for the show moving forward. A lot of changes are coming. People might be added. That's all I'm gonna say. Because you just have to watch Thursday. Please don't laugh at me.
I'm not laughing at you.
Yes, you are. Stop.
No, it is not you I'm laughing at.
You know what?
You gotta know in order to know.
If you know, you know. Yeah. Just keep drinking your Sunny D, Reek. Just keep drinking it.
Yep. It's my tea.
All right, I think I'll get everything out of the way. Let's talk about Raw. That's why we're here. That's why the people are here.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Anyone who has to sit through 3 hours of Raw every week, more power to you. Especially if you fully watch it and it's not just background noise. More power to you.
It's a chore.
It really is. I worked for 6 hours, and then I had to come home and then watch this for 3. It felt like I was at work for another 6 hours. Why? Raw do better.
God awful.
Awful. I will say, the beginning of Raw had me intrigued, and it brought up some suspicions we had last week. So we started with a 6-woman tag. Charlotte Flair, Nia Jax, and Shayna Baszler. Of course Reggie's there, because why not? Taking on Mandy Rose, Dana Brooke, and Asuka. Whatever match starts, all 6 women are bickering in the ring, and then Alexa Bliss's music plays. Cut to her on the stage, full Alexa's Playground set on the stage, very clever. And she's just on her swing, she's laughing. She's there with Lily, of course, everyone's favorite doll. And she says, we're here to keep our eye on someone. Which, it's gotta be Charlotte, right?
It needs to be Charlotte.
If it's not Charlotte, who else could it be?
Nobody else makes sense because everyone's in pairs. Dana and Mandy are the Wonderman twins. Shayna and Nia, tag champs. Mm-hmm. And then, Asuka. That wouldn't really... Well, her and Asuka have technically unfinished business, but Asuka's not the champ anymore, so it really wouldn't really make sense to follow that narrative. And that at least leaves Charlotte.
It's gotta be Charlotte. There's no way. If it's not Charlotte, then I'm just gonna be mad, because it makes the most sense, especially because we saw Lily in the background of Sonya and Adam Pearce talking, and we think Lily is using Sonya to get the Charlotte for Alexa. I feel like I'm writing a novel, and I'm trying to connect all of these characters in some way, shape, or form, and it is impossible sometimes.
That's I don't know, that's some high level manipulation that I feel like isn't even necessary, truthfully. I know they started just lingering in the background, and I like that they do those types of things, because it just, it adds some level of suspense.
Yeah.
Particularly on a show that's terrible. Mm-hmm. You don't care to watch. It's something kind of a gem. But I mean, you can just go straight to her going after Charlotte. At the end of the day, I'm fine with that. Although I did say on my show on Young Kings Wrestling Podcast,
Shout
go
out.
listen if you haven't. Um, that I caved and I said, you know what, Charlotte should go ahead and win the title at Backlash because whatever they're doing with Rhea did not work. Whatever they tried to do is just not it's not hitting. And Asuka Asuka hasn't gotten anything since last summer. So it's like her title reign came to a screeching halt and it just like kind of limped to the finish. So, you know, nothing there's nothing to be gained out of going in either direction at this point for me. But Charlotte would kind of freshen up the whole title scene in a sense. But either which way, if they have her win, if they don't ever win, the next logical thing is to put Alexa in that situation. And you know maybe it's a way, maybe putting Charlotte in this title match is a way to transition that. Could be. I won't be mad either way. But title or no title, this is what needs to happen.
I just don't want Charlotte holding another title.
I know. I said the same thing too, but it's just like it's kind of the lesser of two evils because
I guess.
are we really gonna sit here and watch more months of them ruining Rhea
That's
or
true.
even Asuka winning a title that isn't going to be featured, or we gotta take the bitter pill of Charlotte holding a title, even if it might be temporary, just to get us to the next step.
I guess.
That's the road I took, and it was tough to take, but I'm on it. I'm on it. It's too late.
Now, this was not what got people muted, right? This was not the conversation, or this was the conversation.
I don't think so. Oh no. That was TC making a very very bold statement about some events that took place in 2017 that we all remember, and yeah, we had some words about that.
I can't wait. I can't wait to watch. I didn't get the chance to today, but I have to now. Now that I know people were muted and things escalated, I have to watch. Entertainment.
Yeah. Just ironically, just think Backlash. Since we already mentioned it.
Okay. I'm not gonna remember that, but thank you for telling me. This match ends with Shayna like tweaking her knee. I looked down, I looked back up, her knee was hurt. Asuka hit her with a Shining Wizard. Asuka team wins, and then Charlotte hits her with a big boot, and then Alexa's laughing, and they're all kind of just staring at Alexa. Right?
So yeah, like this is the thing too. After this Sunday, I have no more patience for this. Like, and I know Matt said he's like still kind of being, you know, hanging in with it right now. But even he said after a while, it's just kind of wearing out. For me, I've lost patience because after what happened at WrestleMania, which doesn't even bear mentioning again because I've said it ad nauseum and I'm pissed about it. I'll remain pissed about it, especially since the fact he just disappeared from TV. But anywho, I said there was a small caveat that if we were going to do that, now we're moving into this thing with Alexa, I need something to happen.
Mm-hmm.
You've had more than 3 weeks now, and all she's been doing is sitting back there telling some sick, twisted fucking tales and nursery rhymes, and at one point making those a parody of that those jump scare things that come up online. Okay?
Yeah.
You need to do something.
I agree.
I'm sorry. Something needs to happen. Like, I don't care if you got to jump somebody, interfere in a match, whatever. And I guess Sunday is it. after Sunday, I don't want to see this anymore if it's not going to be something interacting with another wrestler, because this is, how much can you talk to yourself? Like it worked for Bray because we were progressively, going down a line to, he came out like the what's it called, like the Mr. Rogers thing.
Yeah.
He was going from that and then progressively descended into madness. You were telling a story. At this point, she's already fucking batshit mad. So there's not a lot of places you can go. We need to get right into whatever's going to happen. So it's been almost a month. Your run time, it is now been a month. You're out of time. Something needs to happen. I'm fed up.
No, I can't tell. Can't tell at all. You seem pretty calm to me.
Don't test, woman. Don't test me.
Oh, see, I knew you were gonna be like, "Don't test me, woman." I fucking knew. I fucking knew.
It can always change.
You know what doesn't need to change? And as much as it pains me to say this, Riddle and New Day together. I can't stand Riddle, but I mainly love Xavier Woods. I love Kofi too, but like for different reasons. Xavier Woods is just like so underrated. That's also one of the reasons I love him, because he doesn't get enough credit for anything. But their chemistry with Riddle is just so dumb, and it kind of just like makes me chuckle. And like I don't like that. But it helps make Raw a little less miserable, I guess.
Woods is a natural born entertainer. That's never been in question.
Sure.
Kofi has shown his personality through the New Day. I think that much is clear.
Mm-hmm.
That Riddle is just there. Yeah. And I don't know why he's just there. The real thing about this, and I mentioned this in the chat, I don't understand how we went from Randy Orton at one point was an unhinged, murdering arsonist.
Psychopath?
Yeah, you can say psychopath. Like, he went from that not even a month ago. He was there with the Fiend. And now he is... I don't even know what to call him right now. He's
about to form a tag team. The paperwork is in. The paperwork is in. They're not official yet, according to Riddle, and according to New Day, because that's Riddle's thing with AJ and Omos, is that they're not a real tag team. They're not an official tag team.
They're the tag team champions. They are as real tag team as there could possibly be. We have to accept that. So Woods can make the comment all he wants to. At the end of the day, they beat y'all, and we don't mention this, but they basically acted as the heels in that whole feud. But yeah.
Well, I mean, Randy still finds ending careers, killing legends, kicking people in the head, and setting fires fun. He still finds it. He still finds it fun.
He had to remind us because I'm sure more than one person is catching on to the whole fact that, what happened? How are you just? But the fact that he said, "You beat me, so you kind of earned a little bit of my respect." Mm-hmm. Just weeks after what happened at WrestleMania, might I remind us all again? That hasn't sat right with me. It doesn't sit right with me. Mm-hmm. And the fact that we now actually have a tag team out of this, and already discussed this with everyone, but it's going to last for a while. So we're in this. I don't understand how or why.
You just gotta accept RK bro. I don't even like those words coming out of my mouth. I'm so sorry. I hated everything about that. I don't like them as a tag team. Listen, I can't believe I just said it either. I'm not happy. I am ashamed.
This is proof as clear as day that Randy Orton is truly a company man because he will try to make anything work.
That's true. I mean, yeah. But Randy can make almost anything work. Almost. I won't say everything, but almost everything he's done, he's made work.
He can, does not mean he should.
That's also very true. Yeah, so that whole backstage segment, MVP going to Braun's locker room, basically the same spiel he gave Drew last week. Team up with Bobby, take out the other person, becomes a one-on-one. If Bobby is going to lose the title to anyone, it would... if Bobby were to lose the title to anyone, he would want it to be you. Like, get the fuck out of here. Enough. Stop. It's a triple threat. Clearly, after the end of the main event. No sides. Which I knew was gonna happen. Like, don't play me for a fool. Don't insult my intelligence, WWE. I know more about that company than they do.
I mean, are you not used to this by now? They do it every week.
I know. Like, stop. Like, I feel like I'm the Braun in the Shane Braun story. I'm just getting called stupid every week.
Yeah.
I really thought you were about to call me stupid, and I was about to end this call.
Why would Why would I, your humble advocate,
That's true.
refer to you as stupid?
That's true.
That doesn't serve my best interests.
That's true. I mean, because, like, if you were to, odds of me driving 5 hours to the other side of PA, I mean, I would do it. We would have words.
I mean, I'm flattered.
I've never been to that side of PA. I might fuck around one day.
I've driven that distance because I went to Ohio before, so I mean I know how far it is. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's flattering.
Never mind. We're just gonna fucking whatever.
I might just keep that in my back pocket.
All right.
If I ever need to use it.
Yeah, 2 months from now you call me stupid. I'm like, that's it. I hang up and I immediately start driving.
So be it.
Don't test the waters, Reek. Don't do it.
They were made to be tested.
Jesus. There was so many backstage segments in a row. Now we have Damian Priest with Adam Pearce. Reek sign an official contract yet? Or does TC know? No, he didn't sign an official contract. He's just the official guest host for an era. He's my advocate. He's allowed.
There you go. I am an advocate. I am here on behalf of the reigning, undisputed, uncontroverted best host of the show. I serve as a special announcer to the presence that is the greatness of Miss Katie Bebe, and that is the extent of my obligation here.
Also, before I continue, Reek said, I'm gonna recruit Katie, and got his ass recruited instead. It's kind of true. But anyways.
See my previous comment.
But anyways, thank you, Matt, for getting me off track. Damian Priest is in Adam Pearce's office. I should say Sonya's office, but whatever. Miz and Morrison join. Damian Priest has an idea for... I'm ignoring it. I'm ignoring it. I'm ignoring it.
Okay.
We're not gonna talk about it. We're just gonna keep going. I'm not even gonna look over at the screen right now. He has an idea for his rematch with John Morrison. If Morrison wins, Morrison gets to pick the stipulation for Miz and Priest's match at Backlash. Again, I'm not calling it WrestleMania Backlash because it's fucking stupid. Why did I even look back? It's because you reacted. You reacted, so I looked. Damn it, freak.
I didn't say I wasn't gonna look.
Stop. And only one of us is from there, so it doesn't work anyways. But anywho.
I mean, you technically are the home team, so yeah. Technically speaking.
I hate it here. Miz tries to protest. Morrison's like, you got it. Miz is all mad. Whatever. This team needs to break up already. It's gonna happen. Probably on Sunday. Which I completely forgot Backlash was even on Sunday.
Well, they said it.
Well, yeah, but in my mind, before Raw, I was just like, isn't there a pay-per-view coming up soon? And then I saw, Backlash.
Yeah, see, this just goes to show you're not paying attention to the show. It's okay. It's okay.
I'm not. Listen, I try my best. I take notes. If something doesn't interest me, I'm not going to pay attention. I'm sorry.
If you say.
Yeah, whatever I say.
Always.
Jinder Mahal is back on Monday Night Raw. That's a thing.
Why?
I don't
did
know.
that happen?
He was apparently on Main Event, feuding with Jeff Hardy, and his match was with Jeff Hardy. And he has a new stable. Veer and Shanky.
That's a good one.
Don't encourage him, please.
That's a good one. I endorse that.
Veer and Shanky.
You know
what?
Matt, make a poll. Make a poll for those to see which one gets the most traction.
One half of Indus Sher from NXT, and I have no idea who the other one is. Which is, where did the other half of Indus Sher go?
I don't know. It was really weird. See now this quote right here.
Oh,
this
that's
is where the debate started.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense.
That's where the shit started.
So he basically has a squash match, but not a squash match with Jeff Hardy. Like I said, apparently they've been feuding on Main Event, but nobody watches Main Event. But they have cool ass matches like Ricochet versus Mustafa Ali, like every week.
I meant to say that because I said earlier in the week, I'm like, in a way, Main Event is kind of maybe putting on better TV than Raw is.
100%.
Because the fact that Jinder's putting his stable together on the show, and Ricochet and Ali are just putting on dope ass matches on a regular basis. Like, it's almost worth watching more than Raw is at this point.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know the last time I watched Main Event. Couldn't even tell you.
But I don't know why they didn't just keep this on there.
Because we had to have Braun and Shane. Remember? Because I sadly do. Stupid. Ironic. Stupid.
Yeah, Randy.
Listen. There's a... Jackson Riker. I don't know why he's still employed. And Elias are backstage talking about how he has enough tomatoes to throw at RK Bro and New Day. And, AJ and Omos come over. AJ shaved. Now he just has a goatee. It makes him more aerodynamic. I'm putting it in quotes because that's what AJ said. Elias said he wrote a song for them. Omos is just like, fucking stop. Crushes a tomato with his hands, which, gross. Why? We get it. You're strong. Congratulations.
Clearly, that tomato is not rotten.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks, Matt. You know what? Whatever. I'll take it.
That's love. That's love right there.
I'll take it. You know what? Whatever. I don't. Okay. 8-man tag. God, I am all over the goddamn place.
And Jackson didn't even acknowledge the black tag team champion, which I expect.
Nobody is surprised. So. I mean, it was how many months ago he was storming the Capitol, Reek? Come on now. Are we surprised?
All champs matter is all I'm saying.
Just joke. I mean, listen.
All champs matter.
WWE just likes to keep problematic people. Key example. A certain someone was backstage, apparently.
I did.
You did? No, it's okay. I missed having Matt in the chats harassing me. It's fun.
I brought him here to break you.
It has happened too many times in the past 10 minutes. So thank you, Matt. And also, in all fairness, there's been a lot that happened today. So I have a lot in my brain. That's all I'm gonna say on the matter. But we get the 8-man tag. Just, you know, the match happened. AJ gets spun around by his legs by New Day on the outside, holding his nuts because, I mean, I'm not a dude, so I'm assuming that would really fucking hurt. Getting your legs kind of like split like that.
Yeah, it's not a fun feeling.
Yeah, I don't think it would be.
You know?
I don't like. But that caused a distraction for Omos to focus his attention on New Day. Elias is in the ring. I'm ignoring it. Randy hits an RKO on Elias. RK Bro and New Day win. And then Randy just hits an RKO on Xavier Woods. And then Kofi. And Riddle's all like, Randy, this is why we can't have friends. And I think it was WWE and Fox. They did the gif of Riddle with his hands on his hips. And it just said, oh, Randy. And I was like, are we in a 50s sitcom? What the fuck is happening? Like, this is what it feels like now.
I mean, Riddle kind of lives in his own sitcom, so you could say that.
Because Riddle's a joke.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. Full circle. What was after that? Oh! Sonya Deville. How could I forget? She's in her office. Because Adam Pearce is.
You didn't say her name right.
Oh, I'm sorry, Daddy Deville.
Mm.
My apologies.
There you go.
She's in her office, her and Adam Pearce's office, whatever, with Rhea and Asuka. She was told an idea, which I didn't mention it because it was very short and it was before a commercial, but Charlotte was talking to Sonya beforehand. It's, you know. So the idea was Asuka and Rhea need to, you know, fix their issues before the triple threat on Sunday. And Rhea's like, oh, I wonder who the fuck that was. Like, whose stupid idea was that? Interesting. I wonder. Everyone knows it was Charlotte, regardless. Whether they showed it or not, we would have known. Because Charlotte is just playing Sonya. Like a fucking puppet. She don't deserve that. Not my
Oh,
queen.
she got to turn in her dad. She got to turn in her daddy card.
You know what? She'll always.
She's not acting like daddy. She might be walking like one, but she ain't acting like one.
And it's very disappointing. You know? You hate to see it, folks.
Yeah, yeah. That step is losing its luster now, isn't it?
Yeah. It's not as heavy as a step as I was used to liking.
Yeah. Uh huh.
Whatever. Shut up.
It's not going to have the desired effect anymore.
It's not.
What-
It's kind of
It's what
lackluster.
we're telling y'all.
It's lackluster.
Yep.
It's not. I don't even know.
There's a certain level of force that Katie needs that she's just not able to provide at the moment. It's okay. I can explain it for you as best I can.
Thank you. That's why you're my advocate. Thank you so much.
Yes, indeed.
Let's talk about. I just joked again. My throat went dry. Sheamus is taking on Humberto Carrillo. This I'm gonna get serious. Like, this definitely took a turn, to say the
Yeah.
least.
Yeah.
At one point during the match, Humberto goes for the sunset powerbomb. Like, you know, you go through the ropes, they land on the floor on the outside. We've seen it done countless times. This was nasty. It looks like Carrillo didn't get his feet underneath him, so he kind of just slipped immediately, and Sheamus like landed on his knee, like landed on Carrillo's knee, I should say, and like Carrillo's head kind of just like bounced. The match is called off. Sheamus has declared the winner, even though Sheamus looks like he got his clock rocked too.
I guess I don't know, but yeah, that when his leg didn't go straight when he didn't come down flat when he left. Oh wow.
Yeah. That's what I'm laughing at. But continue.
Okay. Yeah, when he didn't come down like flat, it was kind of just like, okay, yeah, that didn't end out too well for him, which kind of sucks because I'm pretty sure he was already out for some kind of leg injury. So
Was it his? I thought he was out for shoulder stuff.
was it?
I don't remember.
I thought it was something with his leg, but yeah,
You're probably right.
He was just out with something, so it's like, you know, want that happening again, especially when he hasn't been on TV all this time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'd like to think Sheamus got his bell rung too.
Oh, he definitely
But, I
did.
mean, he kind of shakes that shit off. So
Because he's the
I'm sure
Celtic
he'll be just
Warrior.
fine.
Of course he does.
He was the comeback player of 2020.
Honestly. And we love that Vince has a Stan account now. Is that still a thing?
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, good.
He's still like, he is like pro Sheamus on every single show, and I'm so proud of this. I really am.
You know,
I haven't gotten to get on the show with him since, you know, before this happened. But like I gotta give it to him. My man has really embraced the way of his wrongs and has turned it into such a positive that it just shines a beautiful light. I am so proud of you, Vince. Truly am.
I don't think Vince listens to these anymore, but shout out, Vince. We love you.
I told him to come up too, but he
ain't here.
just was like, no.
He's disrespect. Yeah, me and you talked about this. I don't get respect. Except you.
I will get you respect. This is non-negotiable.
Okay. Okay.
You don't disrespect my hostess. You don't do it.
You've heard the man, guys. Don't disrespect me. Please. If I say please, can you not? I get disrespected harder and more frequently this time because of this. Whatever.
I don't understand. I'm from New York. I'll whoop your ass. You disrespect my hostess with the mostest.
Wait, you're from New York?
I was born in New York, technically.
What the fuck are you doing in PA?
First 3-4 years of my life was spent in New York. So
Wow.
technically speaking,
A shout out, I guess. That's cool.
yeah, majority of the time I spent here, but yeah, it started somewhere else.
Y'all are the new IWC? Okay, we
I don't know about that.
we got to talk about it. Reek, we have to.
Talk about what? Talk about what?
Eva.
Who?
You know that fucking Christ.
Oh shit.
I knew it's not what it meant. You know, evolution.
What is that?
Oh, you know, let me tell you, it's something really exciting that's happening to nobody. It's this lady who, you know, used to be with WWE. She had a lot of wardrobe malfunctions. Wrestled maybe like 4 matches. Tried to be a ring announcer at one point. Wasn't very good. She's kind of just like a piece of shit human overall. She's back, apparently. Trying to get our attention, which she don't have it. I'm gonna be honest, and I don't. No, thank you. And yeah, she hasn't debuted yet, but
Well, that was a nice pitch, but I ain't buying. Here's the deal. Okay. I am not with this.
okay.
And since I know Matt's watching, I'm going to make sure I'm clear about this. I said this when I was on with my boys and Young Kings. It's more about the fact that, you know, there's one thing where you are good in one area and not great in another. You're good in the ring, you suck at promo work or whatever else, character work, or your character work is great, your in work is shit. When you have neither, there is no level of investment that I am going to give into it. None. So the fact that was an issue with her, combined with my other issue, which I'll get to in a second, it's just like, I don't know what she really has to offer in this women's division that is too convoluted as it is already to really get real, you know, attention. If she's going to be like well, I mean, obviously if she's getting vignettes, she's not going to be a manager, but if she was going to be a manager, I'd be okay with that. But because clearly this is something that they're trying to really sell in terms of her being back on the active roster as a wrestler, it's just not working for me. Now, here's the small thing I'll put into this, right? If you're going to subject us to that, there is an issue here. There's a major issue about balance. I'll say that. I have the numbers in front of me.
This is why you wanted the numbers. It all makes sense now.
Yes. So, as it stands currently, SmackDown, in terms of active performers, right, that you see on TV that are wrestling, in terms of active performers, SmackDown has 8.
Yes.
Raw has 14. 2 of them are off, you know, being mothers. Lacey is, you know, hasn't quite given birth to her second child
yet. Lacey's the other one I forgot.
You can't count. It's okay.
Shut up! She hasn't been on...
Okay.
Anyways, continue.
So, Lacey is on maternity leave, still waiting her second child. Becky gave birth recently, a few months ago. She could be back soon, so we can just up that to 13. And for some reason, Mia Yim is still technically on Raw, which I thought she was moving to SmackDown. But either which way, there's an imbalance.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I suggested this on the show as well. We need to like go full NFL and make a massive trade from SmackDown to Raw to balance this out. You send Bayley over to Raw after she has this match with Bianca because she's gonna lose.
Yeah.
You send Bayley to Raw and make a nice package deal with about 3 women. Send them to SmackDown, balance the scales out, and things will be much better. You can break Shania and Nia, break them up and put one or both of them into the trade. Split them up, get them away from each other, have them never see each other again, and that's it. But that's what needs to happen because I go at this plenty of times. I know, I'm sure you said it too. It's like you can have other feuds aside from just a title feud. You know, the Raw Women's title feud or the SmackDown Women's title feud and the tag titles feud. And that's what I thought. That's why I like what Alexa's doing because that can create something else.
Yeah.
You know, but there's a whole, bunch of different things you can do with the women in terms of how you're putting them out there with their, storylines. Eva can be in that situation depending on how she looks. Again, I have no interest whatsoever in seeing her anymore, but she can be in the mix of that, if you're opening that door. But again, you got to create more balance because there's way too many women on Raw that aren't being used.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another reason why I harp on it because, I said it before when this first happened last week, and I said we're going to get this again because you got a Nikki Cross who's just sitting on the sidelines waiting for an opportunity to get back on TV, and then you have freaking Eva Marie who hasn't been on TV, who hasn't done nothing to warrant being back on TV, and she's getting all this attention to come back to Raw, I guess, which it is why, for what possible reason, and it's more of the timing, because I know a lot of people talk about, oh yeah, they released all these people, but I've mentioned to people that Eva Marie was back for a while, they just hadn't announced it. It's the timing, in the like almost immediate aftermath of that. Now you want to tell people that Eva Marie's coming back. Listen, it was never going to fly well, but the timing made it all the worse. I like to be one of those people that say everyone deserves a second chance and, anything can happen. I'm just not optimistic about it. Like, you're not going to see me saying, oh, wow, Eva's back. And they're trolling us because they keep using the term evolution, which is really pissing me off on 2 fronts. Because obviously we want evolution too. Yep. And you have more than enough women to support that. I actually said they could have a schedule of pay-per-views strictly for the women. Yep. You don't need like a weekly women's show because obviously if you can't get it right on your shows, then having them get their own show would just turn into a mess. Yep. But you can give them, a monthly pay-per-view for just them. You have enough women for that. But ultimately, this is one of those situations where I'm not optimistic about it, but I'm fair at the same time.
Yeah. Listen, Eva.
And the other thing too.
Okay.
The other thing too.
Mm-hmm.
I think I told you this. Evolution sounds way too much like the thing they did with Emma, the evolution of whatever of Emelina.
Wasn't it just like the Evolution?
Yeah, exactly. They dropped it because they didn't feel like she could work the character, and so she came on TV and just dropped the whole thing.
Same with Liv.
That's all setting a bad precedent going into this, and I pay attention to these things.
As you
So
should.
it's all just creating a big, massive ball of I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I mean, there's some debate in the chat. Send Charlotte to SmackDown, and Charlotte versus Bianca would be fun if they let Bianca loose in promos. Talking about the women's tag division, if they gave people more time and build depth. I have been saying it for months. You know, when I finally got to like do this and like figure this out. I mean, true, man, but they have done the women's division so dirty, especially since like the pandemic era started. I mean, obviously before that, but like it really now, and it sucks. In honesty, just
Sending Charlotte over would be just for Bianca, because truthfully, there's nothing else there that would be worth hashing up again. Like, I mean, you always have, her matches with Sasha; those never disappointed. But it's like we've seen that he did it to death in 2016.
Yep.
So, I mean, outside of that, or if Mia Yim is really going to SmackDown, you have that. If you could get Shayna over to SmackDown, that would be good too. But that's an if.
Yeah.
Outside of a Bianca match, it's like there's not much else there that's worth looking at. I mean, you got the Riot Squad, you got Carmella. Neither one of them are having anything remotely consistent in terms of a program with Charlotte.
Yeah.
So she would just be there just to beat people up, outside of Bianca, I guess.
Yeah. We just need to move on. The women's division is a fucking mess.
Always. Yes. Somebody else said it. Charlotte needs to be fighting men. That's so true.
Well, they're not going to, because their deal with Mattel won't let them do intergender wrestling. To put it in a nutshell.
It's something to think about, because I started thinking about it for a while. Then Matt was the first person that I heard say it, and it just like it's the more I think about it, the more they say it, I'm just like, why not?
I mean, I would have no issue with that. I mean, I just don't like Charlotte holding titles anymore, but I would have no issue with that. It's just they're not going to, because Mattel. That's the only reason that anytime an intergender match is announced, does the man get a shot on the woman at all? No. The woman beats down the dude. Like on SmackDown, Reggie did some flips, ate a super kick. Like they're not gonna do it, because I want to see Candice do intergender stuff. That's what she's known for. Do I get to see that?
Okay.
No. Am I ever gonna see it? No.
But I mean, think about that first. Like, the mid card scene they could definitely use it. Like, it's finally getting a breath of fresh air with Sheamus and Apollo both having the mid card titles, and having good feuds.
Yeah.
But I mean, they could still use a little bit of a boost. So I mean, if she's gonna still be on Raw, if Sheamus doesn't hold the title much longer, whoever else picks it up. There's a case for that. I could absolutely see that. There's some guys on the roster who believably Charlotte could kick the shit out of, and I'd be okay with that.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on. I feel like we spent the majority of this talking about the women's division, which, don't get me wrong, I love and I hate at the same time, but we have a little bit more Raw to cover, sadly. Cedric Alexander taking on Shelton Benjamin. I'm over Cedric, as bad as that is. I can't stand his just constant screaming. Like, it sounds like he's gonna hurt himself when he screams in the ring. and on the mic.
Yeah.
But he's like toying with Shelton after he hits his finish. He's trash talking. Shelton gets up, T-bone suplex for the win. Benjamin being like, sit your ass down. Like, I have no issue with it. Let them feud for a little bit, sure. They're both talented as hell. I'm fine with it.
I mean, I guess you didn't want to continue to bury Shelton.
Yeah.
But I said if you were going to further Sully, what was such a beautiful thing in the Hurt Business, you throw them out, and then now you're going to break the team up. Then you need to push the guy that needs it at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Cedric really needed it. You know, Shelton, for as much as he had, I guess, a ceiling during his prime, he was at least, he had it. You know, he was a multi-time Intercontinental champion, United States champion. You know, he, got a good run.
Yeah.
Cedric has been like a reclamation project ever since he lost the Cruiserweight title. So,
yeah.
I mean, he needs a real jump start. So unless this is going to be like a program that lasts for a while where he ultimately comes out as the winner, this wasn't the best course of action to take.
I mean,
so
I give him like the best of 7. Let's fuck around and bring that back. I'm down. It gives him something to do. You could have Cedric come out on top, and then be done with Shelton. Shelton does whatever he wants to do. Cedric can go after Sheamus. Or hell, even go to NXT and go for the Cruiserweight title again. Because it's not going down. If anything, you're upgrading from Raw.
I suppose.
I have some good ideas too. You're not the only one.
Well, I'm glad I can inspire you.
I mean, you called me the North Star, so yeah. I'm never forgetting that, by the way. That's like actually the nicest compliment I've ever gotten in my entire life. It made my heart happy. I think
that's a question for you.
I fucking hate you, Matt. That's all I'm gonna say.
I am positive that's a question for you.
It 100% is, and it's not going to be answered. We're just gonna move on.
But it's people want to know.
They don't need to know. No, see, no. Last time this happened, I outed myself, and we're not playing this game, so we're gonna move on.
Or you just stated the obvious.
Shut up. Angel Garza's having a photo shoot. Drew Gulak comes up. He's like, "Listen, I'm embarrassed of what you did last week. No one has never happened to anybody in the WWE." And Garza says, "Well, if there is a next time, I'm gonna shove that rose down your throat." Yeah, Reek, would you like to answer for the class?
That's a negative. No, absolutely not. See, I answered.
See, I answered. Fuck off. You know what? I don't even know how to make like a smart ass comment to that either. I'm trying to think of one.
You could always just answer in the chat too. That's an option.
No, see, again, that's what happened last time. You know, I don't know. I've never thought of it. There we go. That's my answer. That's an answer.
I feel like there's more to that.
That is 100% the truth. Never thought of it.
Okay.
You can tell because, like, I'm not cracking a smile or anything. No ha ha ha. No trying to hide it. No. Never thought of it. Moving on to Asuka and Rhea. I have a feeling... listen, they've had, like, 4 matches? 2, 3, 4?
I lost count because they're all shit.
This one was definitely better. I'm trying to.
Was it though?
I don't know. I was just trying to like hype it up a little. I mean, as Charlotte comes out, distracts Rhea, Asuka gets the upper hand, whatever. Rhea gets in Charlotte's face. Hip attack, which that was actually kind of cool. Hip attack off the announce table. But Rhea wins with the Riptide. And she's looking at Charlotte the whole time. Ta-da! That's it. That was the match. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is just upsetting. This is really fucking upsetting because why did you bring her here for this? Like, you brought her up and you changed
Everything?
you changed so much about her character. You changed so much about her fucking character, which wasn't necessary. Her character was fine the way it was, and I had concerns for a while because she hadn't been the same since she lost the NXT title. I said that numerous times.
Mm-hmm.
But I said this was a perfect restart. She's going to go to the main roster, put her in the title scene right away. It was WrestleMania time. Okay, she can challenge Asuka. She can beat Asuka. Fine.
Yeah.
But then she showed up with the promos that were just
trash.
Didn't sound like she was comfortable, which was odd because she was on the main roster last year technically. And she was fine then. So now you showed up with that. It hasn't been great leading up to it. Then you had the WrestleMania match, which was shitty. Then the night after, the match was shitty. It's just
she's gone downhill.
You're ruining her. And then you're gonna turn around a couple weeks from now, maybe months, and say that they're losing. They're not as high on Rhea anymore. They're probably gonna push her down the card and say that they don't see the appeal anymore. It's your own fault. Mm-hmm. It's your own creative team that does that. So it's like you create the situations for your own disapproval, so to speak.
Yeah.
I get pissed off with that very easily.
I can see that, but that's okay. You're allowed to have these emotions, Reek.
Feel strongly about things.
I do too.
We know you do. Yeah.
I haven't.
Real tear.
I'm sorry?
Real tear jerker on occasion.
Listen, I'm an emotional person. What can I say? It happens to the best of us. I will say, in a video podcast, I've only cried once. But that was literally the Brody Lee tribute episode, so if I didn't cry, I was a monster. I just cried a lot. On stream, however, there's been a few occasions.
I was gonna say, like, I recall seeing myself personally. So I guess maybe there wasn't like live for it, but I'm like, I know I've seen more than once.
It's been a while though. I'm holding strong.
Okay, there's always something coming around the corner. You never know.
Why would you say that? Why would you put that into the universe?
Just preparing you. Yeah.
I don't... Okay. Drew McIntyre has an interview. He's talking about why he got involved last week. Yeah. With the Braun and Bobby Lashley match. Well, Braun put his hands on him. Whatever. He just wants to focus on the match. He knows that MVP basically gave Braun the same spiel he gave him. And he's going to do what he couldn't do at Mania, which is beat Bobby Lashley. Spoiler, he doesn't because Braun, but we'll get there. John Morrison takes on Damian Priest. It's just a rematch from last week. Miz keeps getting involved. I mean, he's the reason Morrison keeps losing. The match is good. I like the chemistry between John Morrison and Damian Priest. They're both very athletic guys. I like that they get to show it with each other. But having Miz get involved is just counterproductive at this point. To me, at least. Like, if it's just going to build to the breakup of Miz and Morrison, okay. Then just let it happen already. But you look like you want to say something.
Well, I mean, it's just I've always preferred, the between Miz, Priest and Morrison. It's a better dynamic than Priest and Miz, but it's the same thing I've been saying. Honestly, it just I don't know why they feel like Priest can't go on to other feuds. It's this should have ended at WrestleMania in my eyes, but because Priest could be doing something totally different right now, and Miz Morrison could be doing something different. But if this is going to lead to them breaking up, then maybe it should, because it's not doing either of them any favors at this point. I think they can both thrive on their own. Miz is beyond the point of needing a wingman, and Morrison, since he's been back, hasn't gotten what he need. Like, he hasn't really gotten a nice run yet. Like, it's just been okay. He's Miz's partner, but Miz is the only one that's really getting the creds for it.
Yeah,
and it's annoying. So they need to. I said after this thing with Bad Bunny, you have to see if he can sink or swim.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten a chance to see that because this feud is still carrying him.
Yeah.
And so we're not really getting a solid litmus test for whether Priest can last on his own on the main roster. It's similar to what I said about Kyle over on NXT, which that's not going well at all, if you ask me. But it's like he had to blow off with Adam Cole. It was everything I said it was going to be to make him a star, but he has to carry it on his own. Again, it's not looking too well, if you ask me. But, at least they're giving him that opportunity. Priest is just like, they're still kind of putting him on training wheels. Like, let the guy run. If they're so big on him and what he's been doing lately, which is what the talk is. So, like, this whole thing, that Backlash, whatever the stipulation is going to be, that needs to be ended.
Oh, they said the stipulation.
It did?
Before the main event. I don't know why. Damian Priest wins, by the way. He chose a lumberjack match. Now, it could have been any other type of match, right? Any other type. This man chooses a lumberjack match?
I think we need to open up the discussion about whether or not that's a real stipulation. Because what's really the stipulation here? You have guys outside that may or may not attack you, but just push you back in the ring. So in essence, it's like a human steel cage around the ring, basically. Like, you can't escape technically, but you can get out of the ring and get pushed back in. Like, is that really like I guess it's a stipulation, but it's more like a circumstance than a stipulation, if you ask me. Like, we don't want anyone leaving the ring, so you put men around it. Like, I don't like that.
I don't know why I never thought of it as like a human steel cage before. I love that analogy.
It's pretty much what it is.
I don't know why I never put like two and two together.
Like, you can escape, but you really can't escape because that's what they're there for.
That sounds super deep, and no.
Like, I have nothing against it. Like, certain, when it's done right, it's pretty decent. But it's just like we talk about like stipulation matches. It just, I'll give you this. Has there ever been a lumberjack match in one of the video games?
I was just thinking that. There hasn't. I was legit
why.
just gonna say that too.
Case in point, I think that discussion should be opened up. Like, how much of your stipulation is it really?
It's
I
not.
need to know.
It's not like. It's stupid. Damian Priest is gonna win, and then this is just over with, and then we're done. Hopefully with Priest, Miz, and Morrison. Who knows? Maybe we'll get a Miz Morrison feud in 2021. Who fucking knows?
Might as well.
At this point, I'll take it. I don't care. They're
It
both
would-
entertaining.
If done right, it would be very, very good.
Yep.
And it would do all the favors for both of them.
Exactly. So it probably won't happen though because we want it to happen. So it's like whatever. Main event: Drew McIntyre taking on the almighty WWE champion Bobby Lashley. There, I said his full name finally. I waited.
Yes. Yes.
I wasn't gonna say it every time when it was just brought up in conversation. I was waiting for his match. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry.
Well, then that's fair.
I knew you were gonna yell at me, so I prepared.
Well, I never.
I don't know. I feel like you would. Just shake your head at me.
Maybe.
Yeah, I know. From conversations we have had, sir, you would yell at me.
Debatable.
Just, I'm right. I understand. Anyways, they're both warming up, and we see Braun, like, you know, walk up to Bobby Lashley, and then they go to a commercial, and then we come back, and I swear to God, I, like, went downstairs to fill up my water bottle. I came back up. Like, I left during a commercial. I came back up. They showed Bobby and Drew getting in the ring, and then I swear to God, they went back to another commercial. I was like, what did I miss?
Yeah.
That they did this so fast and in succession.
Yeah, I don't think they do. They have their timing right a lot of times.
They don't.
Which
They don't, but that's fine. I mean, Drew and Bobby, they have a good match. I mean, they don't really put on a bad match. It's kind of like Drew and Sheamus. Like, they don't really put on bad matches together. Drew
That is true.
hits the Claymore. Braun's music hits. Turns around. Running power slam. Match is over. Braun helps up Bobby Lashley. You know, holds out his hand. Typical thing. Bobby goes in for a hug. Like a bro hug. And Braun picks him up. Running power slam. A second running power slam to Drew. MVP tries to hit Braun with his cane, little pimp cane he's got, which is very cool. And then this is now y'all can tell me in the comments or in the chat what you heard, but what I heard Braun say was, "I should hit you, but watch me fuck up your boy here."
I heard him say, "Watch me fuck your boy." Like we were in prison or something. Like that's like this could have been an episode of The Wire. So like that's what I was hearing when he talked. I don't know if maybe I need to. I'll go back and I'll watch again.
Apparently he said bust, but sounded like fuck. I'm taking my own word for it. Reek agrees, so we're right. It just sounds cooler in my head. Watch me in Braun's deep, gravelly voice. Watch me bust your boy up. Nah.
Yeah, I don't think that's what we said.
No, I definitely heard the word fuck.
We know. Yeah, we know their censors don't catch everything at the right time. So,
Yep.
You know, I'm like 90% sure he said fuck.
He did.
Yeah. See.
Yeah, I see.
I'm not alone on this.
I see. We're not alone.
That was jail yard talk right there.
But Raw ends with Braun on top after he sends Bobby through the barricade and gives Drew a third running power slam. This was the go-home show for Backlash, and it didn't feel like it at all.
Common theme.
Common theme. Pretends to be shocked.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna pretend because it's like this is what I've come to expect, and well, at least from this show.
Yeah.
But it's not surprising anymore. It's disappointing, but I'm used to it.
Yeah, it's
the big thing for me is that after this, I need Drew to move on.
mhm.
I really genuinely do. We know he's probably not going to win the title at Backlash, and that's fine because the almighty WWE champion Bobby Lashley continue to rule. This has been long overdue, and you might as well get the most you can out of it.
Mhm.
But as for Drew, I think given the past year and a half that he has been on top, it's like he's at that point where he doesn't need the title to be in a top tier feud.
Yeah.
So let's move on to another one. And I'm not talking about Randy Orton. You know, something new, something fresh. He can go to SmackDown, honestly. You know, I don't know when they're doing like the draft or whatever. But yeah, I mean, if he's done everything that there is to do on Raw, you can give him a switch and, you know, kind of just keep things rolling because that's the next logical thing in my eyes. But yeah, it's time for everybody to move on, and I don't want to see Braun in any more title feuds at this point because I don't know why he's there in the first place.
Same.
Truthfully, I felt bad for him during the Shane feud, but honestly, now that we're looking at it, it doesn't throw me off as much as it did before because the way they present Braun is that of a stupid giant, and I don't like that. So now it's like, well, you go from you beating up a near 50-year-old man in a steel cage match to you just getting into a title feud. Like something about that just doesn't sit right with me.
True.
And I just there was a moment when you could pull the trigger on Braun. It was 4 years ago now. You missed that window.
Yep.
And so we don't care anymore.
Yep.
Plain and simple.
Facts. That's a lot of talk about when the draft is. But, yeah, that was Raw. Thank you again to my humble advocate, the guest host of the Monday Night Raw recap. Now, Reek, tell the people where they can find you.
You may find me at Recapper24 on Instagram as well as on Twitter. You can find the Young Kings Wrestling Podcast, which the new episode is up as of today, at YK Wrestling on Twitter, at YKW Pod on Instagram. Also, my other content, the Havoc Hour, you can find on Spotify, YouTube for the video also as well, Anchor, Google Play, wherever you listen to your podcast, as well as the Young Kings Wrestling Podcast. But I have all new content up for both platforms, so go check them both out as soon as possible because it's all good stuff.
It is very good stuff. Also, I feel like I need to mention this. I'm not exactly sure when it'll go into effect, but after Thursday, we, at the SmackDown Pod, might be taking a 2-week break. Nothing is, like, set in stone. Just follow us at SmackDown Pod on Twitter to, now that I have the password, stay updated with that. And where we will be live streaming on Thursday. That is also to be determined still. Yeah. And I'm ignoring Matt's last comment. So until then,
Being very rude to the chat.
No, I'm not. Shut up. I'm not being mean. I'm not being rude. I said I'm ignoring. I see I acknowledge the comment. I ignore the comment.
Knowledge.
Okay, bye everybody.